Bam! Welcome back to the Culture of Pop, everybody. We hope you enjoyed your week, and we hope you have a nice, fulfilling week this week.
My week was stinky.
Your week was stinky. I know. That's what I heard. Some
fucking disgusting ass house. By the way, this shirt is a complete lie.
His shirt says, I adulted today.
Yes, and I didn't adult today. I drank half a bottle of whiskey last night and woke
Oh,
up.
nice.
And drank some coffee. That's all I've done today so far is wake up.
Yeah, I tried to get to sleep early last night, but I ended up watching my last movie on Vudu. I don't know how long it's been, but I am finally caught up on all 1,085 movies that I own.
You've actually watched
I've now watched every single one. Now, a lot of those, keep in mind, a lot of those are like movies that I bought that are my favorites, so I've already watched them.
Fair enough.
But I pre-order shit all the time, and it just seems like I never get a chance.
For which I'm grateful, because I think it's March 17th. In 17 fucking days, digital Star Wars.
Yep, I did hear that.
I am going to get a physical copy because I do.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like to support physical copies.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to watch that again. I didn't get to catch it a second time in theaters.
Yeah, I do want to see it again because I want to see it. Because I know I liked it when I saw it, but I want to give it a second viewing, definitely.
There's still people out there that fucking hate that movie.
Oh, yeah, well, there is going to always be. That's all there is to it.
It's like you can't please all Star Wars fans.
You can't please any Star Wars fans, it seems like.
Anything,
I mean, except for the few that really enjoy it, like us, no matter what. I mean, yeah, if they're going to put shit on the screen, it's going to be shit, but
we're in the culture of bitching now. That's what we're doing. This is the culture of, we should change it to the culture of bitching.
The culture of bitching.
Because, you know.
I understand exactly what you're saying. I really don't understand why you keep continuing. All right, you're going to bitch about it, so why are you even going to the movie? You know you're going to bitch about it. You're bitching about it beforehand.
Maybe they just like the popcorn.
I sincerely doubt it.
I don't. Have you seen some of these
no.
out there? They're eating some popcorn.
Oh, God, man, dude. Man, okay, we live in a small town. We've said that 1,000 times before. We have one movie theater in our entire town, which is a nice big movie theater.
I miss the old ones.
Well, I do too, but the thing is that when I go to the theater in Findlay, God, I love that theater.
That's the AMC, right?
Yeah.
That's where I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Dude, that fucking theater's awesome. There's leg room.
Yep.
You don't have to fucking scoot back and fucking when someone's
the
trying
sound
to go to
is
the bathroom.
Immaculate. The sound is perfection, and it's loud like I like it, so even if somebody is talking, you usually can't even hear them.
The only thing that's missing is a fucking bar.
My favorite part of the whole entire thing is the popcorn that I can butter myself.
Really?
That's we don't have that in Lima. We've never had that in Lima. I know tons of theaters have that, and I know you people out there watching who might be.
I didn't even notice that when I was there.
Oh God, yeah, you can get your own butter as much as you want. I went out halfway through what did we go see? It was a couple months ago, but we went and saw something. I mean, I went out halfway through when my popcorn was half done, got more butter. God, anyway.
Yeah, that always pisses me off because even if you ask for extra butter, all that fucking butter sits on top.
Yep.
And then, like, after about a minute and a half through the trailers, you got, like, no fucking butter left.
Yeah.
Just some dry-ass popcorn at the very fucking bottom.
Yeah.
But somehow it always leaks out the bottom and stains your fucking
Of course,
cup.
yeah.
I don't get that.
Well, you know what?
The trough or something. A fucking gutter that just spills it down into the bottom.
Yeah. Well, the trick that I heard is, and I didn't try this, is that you put a straw down the middle of your popcorn, and then you put the straw up on the spout and hit it, and it's supposed to, and then you shake it, and it's supposed to get all the way, it gets down at the bottom, the middle, the blah, blah, blah.
I'm going to try that trick next
That's
time.
an old school trick, but I've never tried it. But anyway, the culture pop here, we're just gabbing a little bit. We don't know exactly what we're doing today.
I mean,
but we're gonna. I mean, I've got a few things.
We rarely do. We always bring a few things to the table, but usually it is just us. It's the culture of pop, not the culture of planning. We always have something to talk about because there's always something going on in the media.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Of course.
Like for instance, what's going to kill us this week? The coronavirus.
Whatever.
There's a picture going around right now on Facebook saying that The Simpsons predicted the coronavirus.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it. It's kind of like, there was an episode. I think it was season 4, episode 21 of The Simpsons. And I don't know why they would fuck with this. I don't know why they would lie about this.
Yeah.
Because the entirety of The Simpsons is available on Disney Plus right now to go look at this shit like immediately. And that's what I did. It said season 4, episode 21, and it showed a shot of Homer opening a fucking box from China. and this fucking flu thing comes out and gets in his face, and then same thing with fucking Flanders. He like gets the flu thing in his face, and then at the very bottom it shows this picture of a cat with the words coronavirus across it on the newscast.
No, it does not.
In the picture, it does. Clear Photoshop, though. The first three images were from that episode, but the fourth image with the fucking news headline was from a completely different episode. And it said "Apocalypse Meow." Picture of a cat, Apocalypse Meow. Somebody fucking, and they do this with The Simpsons all the time. The Simpsons haven't predicted shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, Photoshop disagrees.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, Family Guy's predicted more shit than Simpsons.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with my throat today.
I know what's wrong with my sinuses. It's just the weather fucking changed. It's been like 10 degrees for a week. And then I wake up and it's 40.
One of the things that we'll get into this, we're going to do a little top 5 thing I hope. But one of the things I wanted to get into that, and I'm kind of off subject, but can we please, okay, you remember when we worked at Hollywood Video. What was the big thing that everybody bitched about all the time about movies when they would see them? In other words, the way that they were seen on the screen.
Oh, the widescreen versus pan and scan.
Yeah.
It's, oh my God, it's cutting off half my movie.
Yeah.
No, it's adding to your movie. It just doesn't fit your screen because the TV manufacturers haven't caught up to the movie theaters yet.
Exactly. And so it was always a letterbox thing. It was always like, why are those black bars up there? Blah, 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 and all that shit. My question is now, people were so irritated back in the day by that. Why do so many people take fucking videos and pictures on their camera like this or on their phone? Can you not figure out that a camera works like this?
Yeah,
and that's the way it's supposed to be made? I'm so tired of seeing videos of just... it's like the opposite.
Pictures are fine, but pictures.
Pictures are all right, but the video,
flip your fucking phone.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, are we just to that age where we don't remember that you used to set a camera like this, like sideways, or?
I don't think anybody remembers those cameras. Those little disposable ones where you can just like flip the fucking thing open, and shove the fucking film in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we don't have shit like that.
And I know, I just maybe that's so. Maybe it's just become this whole thing with this generation or whatever.
Maybe it's just easier when they got those little fucking tabs on the back of their phone to hold it. Maybe it's just easier to hold the phone like that.
Yeah, exactly. I guess.
I don't know.
Please, everybody out there, please take fucking pictures with your phone the right way, sideways, so when I'm seeing, 5 people fight somebody in a Wendy's, I can see the whole thing. Because it's really irritating. Well, it's really irritating. It's like, God, turn your fucking camera.
I don't know. My favorite thing to bitch about at Hollywood Video, though, was the people that would come in and return the movies. When you walk in the door, as soon as you walk in, directly to your right were those fucking alarm things. And or directly in front of you as you're walking in is the return station. Yep. People would walk in with their faces like that.
Yep.
Turn and then go through the alarm thing with the fucking
movie.
Hands.
Yep. Beep, 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 beep.
Every fucking thing. I used to say we needed to get like a neon sign that had a woman's leg kicking back and forth and a big arrow pointing down that says "Returns here first, fuckers."
Oh, the light! It's kind of a missed. I mean, it's a lost art now because there are no video stores left, and that was probably one of my favorite jobs of all time. We have
the shells of video stores here now.
Yeah, we do.
There's still a Family Video in Findlay.
There's still a Family Video. Is there still a Family?
It's gone from here.
Is it? I thought the one over by.
Gone from here.
Anyway, all right. Did they close too?
That pisses me off.
They're all becoming Dollar Generals, which is so weird.
It's fucking weird as hell. But it pisses me off because I don't necessarily want to go rent movies. Everybody's got access to just about any fucking movie they want to stream in their fucking place at the fucking drop of a hat. What I liked video stores for was the games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
I don't want to go spend $60 fucking dollars on a brand new fucking game when I'm in.
You're exactly right.
I want to go spend $10 on a fucking game, and that's with the deposit. Make sure. I want to go spend $10 fucking dollars to see if I like it first. Then maybe I'll buy it because there's no way you're finishing most games in the week that you at a fucking video store. But the only option we have now is what? Like GameFly or digital?
That's it. I think GameFly or digital shit.
Digital shit. I don't like doing digital shit with the games though because I like to keep them installed and I want to play them.
That's the problem I always have with Steam because I try to play stuff on Steam
and there's just no room.
Yeah, you can't pause it.
Nope.
Well, you can pause it for about 5 minutes, and then it kicks you off the server, and you lose all your fucking saved shit.
When I'm playing Witcher, I like to be able to just on a whim say I'm hungry.
Yeah,
pause
exactly.
The game, go get something to eat, go take a shit, get a fucking shower, go to the goddamn grocery store, come back, sit down, pick it up, and unpause.
Yeah, and that's what sucks about Steam is you can't really do that, and I really wish that you could, because that's what I use upstairs in my bedroom.
They should give an option. You know, they should give the option to turn that off.
Yeah,
because I can see how it would be beneficial. Like maybe you're drunk as fuck playing video games and you just pass out. And
I mean, that's an option.
You're stoned and you just find yourself staring at the ceiling for 4 hours. And, oh shit! I was playing a game.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't even know why I brought the video store up. I've already talked about the camera thing, which really pissed me off this last week because I was watching some stuff and it.
But I remember the last time I tried GameFly, though. I tried it twice, actually. The first time I tried it was back in Florida. They only had one distribution center in the entire fucking country back then.
Yeah.
You got your list of shit, just like with Netflix.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't send you anything on that fucking list because they didn't have enough copies for all that shit.
Yep.
They would go down to, like, number 12 on your fucking list. And it's like, you want to play a newest fucking Tomb Raider game, but no. You got to play WWE 2K5, you know?
Now, the one thing GameFly is good for is buying games, because their used games are way cheaper than GameStop and all those other places.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, so that's probably the biggest, function that I always used it for when I had it.
But I remember that so fucking vividly because I had a few things on my list. I forget what they were. I ended up getting free games. Because the mailman, the incompetent fucking mailman, he brought the discs and he put them under my doormat. I didn't know they were there.
What?
He put the discs under my fucking doormat. And I'm waiting, and I finally contact GameFly after 2 weeks, and I'm like, I didn't get those fucking games. Because it said they shipped.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, here you go. Here's more copies. So they send other copies of those same games, and that's when I noticed a little tab sticking out from underneath my doormat. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Lifted it up, there's the fucking games. So as far as GameFly was concerned, those games got lost. I ended up getting some free games.
Yeah, that's happened to me before. I ended up doing that with what was it? Lollipop Lust Kill? Was that what that was called?
Lollipop Chainsaw?
Chainsaw, that was it. Lollipop Chainsaw. Yeah, I ended up doing with that because I thought I didn't get it, and then I ended up getting it.
That spawned some fun cosplay.
I did like that game for what it was. It was pretty good, but
I don't think I actually played it.
It wasn't too bad. But anywho, what else we got today? Let's do the top 5 thing. Let's see what happens with that. And all right. So let's say coronavirus breaks out. We're all in the shitter. Apocalypse is happening. Everybody's going crazy and nuts. And this is just an old stick with the desert island pick or whatever.
Right.
What are the 5? Let's start with, I guess we'll start with albums.
Okay.
What are the 5 albums that you would take with you? It doesn't have to be in any order of, your top ones. What are the 5 albums that you would definitely grab? I mean, I understand that we have them on our phones now and everything. I get all that.
I'm not going to look at my phone for this either. I want to try to pull this off the top of my head. I do know that playlist I was telling you about, like, I had to make a new playlist of stuff because every day I put paint on a wall and I listen to music. That's my fucking job.
Yeah.
I had to make a new playlist titled Songs I Probably Won't Skip. And I still skip most of them. But I have noticed I put every song, I didn't even mean to. I went down my list on Amazon Music song by song. Not album by album or artist by song by song, and just added all the songs to it. And I discovered that I had the entirety of my first album on this choice. Megadeth's Countdown to Extinction.
Oh, God. Awesome. That's an awesome album.
I fucking love that album.
Yeah.
I could listen to it over and over, every song.
Yeah.
I used to whenever I'd mow my lawn, I would hop on the fucking lawnmower and add the little fucking Walkman, just pop the cassette in.
That's a great album.
Got me through those. I hated mowing lawns, so it got me through that.
Yeah, I actually liked mowing lawns when I did it back in the day.
I hate the smell. I hate the heat. I hate the fucking.
I hate all that shit. I don't like the sweating and the heat and all that shit. But
I'm getting used to that now with the painting.
I would assume so, especially in pissy houses.
I mean, even outside. When we got to do the outside stuff, the exteriors, it gets sweaty as fuck out.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Mid-fucking summer. Did you do it?
Oh, I did it with Jim, for a while, and it was hot as fuck.
It's not fun.
Yeah, it was hot as fuck.
It's not fun, but you know what? Time goes by quick, and it's good fucking money.
So. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and he knows what he's doing. So, yeah. I mean, it's good. It's good that you guys all, got everything going on with that. So Megadeth?
Megadeth.
What else you got?
To Extinction. I was trying to think of a Guns N' Roses album that I wanted to put on there.
Okay.
But I don't know a Guns N' Roses album that I like in its entirety.
Really? Not even Appetite for Destruction?
There's a couple of songs on there that just...
you don't like?
Right. Like...
Really?
And it's not that I don't like them. I've just heard them so many fucking
times. Well, yeah, that's true, too.
Like Rocket Queen. They play that on the fucking radio every 10 minutes. If you skip different radio stations, you can hear that song just over and over.
See, I always get November Rain and Don't Cry and shit like that. I hardly ever hear Rocket Queen, but I mean, maybe that's just the channel I'm listening to. I don't know.
But Use Your Illusions 1 and 2... I don't know. They came across, even when I was a kid and they first came out, they came across as pretentious art.
They're a little bloated.
Yeah.
They're a little bloated.
That was Axl's self-indulgence is what what those albums
And they've all said that. Even Slash has said that, and Duff, and they've all said that was kind of, his thing.
Well, album number 2, I would have to say, and I've just recently discovered that I like this as much as I do, was Metallica's Death Magnetic.
That came out when I worked at Hot Topic. I do remember.
That has become my favorite Metallica album.
That was the one. That was their makeup album after Saint Anger, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, that was. Sorry, guys, how's this? That's what that was. So, I'll take that one.
Oh God, I'm gonna put Saint Anger on my list. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that fond of it, even though I do like it.
As long as we're not sharing space after the apocalypse. Let's see, what the fuck else? You had a couple. While I think, because
definitely Van Halen Fair Warning.
Okay.
It's my favorite Van Halen album and one of my favorite rock albums of all time. It's got great songs on it. It's really intense. It's probably the hardest Van Halen ever was. The guitar work on it is amazing, and I don't know why exactly it doesn't get as much attention as it should. But yeah, you got Mean Streets, you got, I'm trying to think of some of the other shit on it, but Mean Streets is one of my favorite songs of all time anyway.
Nice.
So that'd be one of them. I'm going to have to say a Neil Diamond album, and it would probably be Hot August Night, only because it's the live album and it's got all of his shit that I like on it.
Okay.
Plus it's a great live album. That's where I'm at right now. Trying to think, man, I would definitely want a couple of different, genres,
Right. Don't want all metal. Don't want all of anything.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of rap. I'm telling you, because I am into rap. I mean, old school rap. I'd probably have to pick what was that Ice Cube album name?
It's funny you should mention that because this leads into my third album.
Okay. I can't think of the Ice Cube, but it was the one where, he had just gotten out of NWA. It's not his first album, but I think his second album. His first album was America's Most Wanted, I think, or something like that. And then the second album was the one that I loved, and I'm not going to look it up, but whichever one the one is where he does the rap about NWA being pieces of shit and really down, fucks him up. And yeah, and I can't remember the title of it, but that's probably one of my favorite rap albums of all time.
The only hip hop album I can listen to from start to finish is my third one on the list, and that's Dr. Dre's The Chronic.
Oh yeah, excellent. Yeah, that'd be a good choice. Yeah,
every single day on the way to school we'd play it because I rode with this dude. I think his name was Rich Hurley. But I rode with him every single day. He'd have to drop his hot ass sister off at fucking LCC Catholic. And that's where
his hot ass sister.
That's where my love of Catholic schoolgirls came from.
Oh, jeez.
When I was younger. But we would listen to that album all the way to school. What pissed me off, though, was on the way home, I rode with different people, and they would only listen to Bone Thugs and fucking...
I couldn't stand them. It's just, you know what, Bone Thugs and Harmony...
It was either that or I don't get high on the way home.
Yeah.
That was my choice.
One of the things was, with Bone Thugs and Harmony, is I think the reason I didn't like it is because it was almost all singing rap, which is what they're doing now, like Post Malone and some of these other guys. That's what their thing is. It's like rap, but it's like a bunch of singing too, and I'm like, I don't know. I just want to rap straightforward.
I guarantee if Post Malone took a shower, it would kill half the fucking coronavirus.
I do have to say, I have to give him respect. I've given him a lot more respect over the last couple of months because of the fact that he's proved himself to be a real true rock and heavy metal fan. I mean, he's done 2 songs with Ozzy now, and the other song is excellent.
I'm not familiar with any of his stuff, really.
Yeah, most of it's just that singing stuff, that rap sing type stuff that they do.
I'm afraid if I play it on my phone, then it'll, like, the little fucking cloud will just start following the phone like a Big Ben does.
Like Big Ben. Yeah, he looks pretty dirty.
Bad.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks like he's the kind of guy to be standing on a fucking street corner and offer to wash your windows for a $5 bill and a lick of your lollipop. You know?
Yeah. Oh, he definitely looks like the kind of person that I would not want to open up my door to. I mean, unless I knew it was Post Malone. But
I don't know. He's got me curious about I think I've mentioned this before about the concept of a pre-Malone. Like, what was he like before?
Yeah, I know. That's funny. I've heard that before, and I like that. Yeah, he's a dirty individual.
maybe the Maloning process is what.
The Maloning process.
Is what, yes.
Maybe when he was pre-Malone, he was clean cut
Exactly.
and no tattoos, and
No
I think it's all the face tattoos and everything that does it, and the hair and the.
Might be, and he's got the Jason Momoa on crack fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, speaking of Jason Momoa, you saw the one video of Ozzy's. You watched that one.
That
Jason
awesome.
Momoa is doing the next one.
Nice.
He's going to be portraying Ozzy. They've already had
my
like
wife will watch it.
they've already had like behind the scenes stuff, but I haven't seen like the actual video. I don't know if it's out yet. But it's called Little Green Men, so keep a lookout for that. It's supposed
I like
to be
him.
him. Yeah.
He's a good fucking actor.
Yeah, I like him too. He seems like a good humble guy too.
He's spawned some really cool memes out there too. I like the one where his bodyguards are walking around.
Yeah.
And it says Jason Momoa looks like or his bodyguards look like the mini bosses you have to fight before you have to fight.
That's funny. So what else? Well, we got two on each one. I got
three. I had 3.
Or no, is that 3 for me too? I got Van Halen, Neil Diamond, Hot August Night, and what did I say? Ice Cube.
Minute. Did I only make 2?
I think you only made 2.
Did I say? Because it was Countdown to Extinction. I swear to God, there was one in there.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, but
Anima. Tool.
Oh, okay.
And mainly because there's a fucking song about the apocalypse on there. And that's the title track.
Which album was that? Where was that in their career? Is that the new one?
No,
that's not the new one. Yeah.
The new one. No, this was, I want to say, early 2000s.
Okay.
Maybe?
Yeah, see, I'm not as much into Tool as you are. I mean, I do. I'm the type of person that I will not put an album on, but if a song comes on the radio, I will listen to it in its entirety. I do enjoy it. I just don't know if I could sit through an entire album with that. Like I said, I've always been a bigger Perfect Circle fan than Tool.
And I love them, too.
Yeah.
I love it.
God, I feel like I'm going to die here.
Jim posted a thing. He said, I can't listen to Schism and chew gum at the same time. And all I said was, you know what? That's why I don't chew gum.
Oh, my God. Men at Work. We're not doing greatest hits albums. That's not fair.
No.
I would say, oh, God, I'm trying to figure out. I'm going to go with Men at Work. I guess the first one. Who Can It Be Now?
I take it we're not doing any compilation albums then, too.
No,
no soundtracks.
It's kind of cheating. Well, soundtrack probably is a little different. I mean, but no greatest hits is what I would say, because everybody will just pick greatest hits.
That's fair.
But I'm going to say Men at Work, because Men at Work is one of my favorite bands of the 80s, probably my favorite band of the 80s.
Okay.
So it'd probably be Who Can It Be Now, which is the first one. Oh, God. I love it. I mean, aside from the hits, they made some great music, on B-sides and on second sides and stuff like that. Right. There's a lot of really good songs that weren't really like a big deal back then. You can fully listen to the whole album.
The full album. That's what I love about hearing a song for the first time on the radio or on a streaming service or something. Yeah. And then saying, you know what, that's fucking pretty amazing. And then you go out and you get the album and you discover all this shit that they're never going to play on the radio.
Exactly, yeah.
That's one of the greatest things about having these full albums, and why it's not a good idea to choose the greatest hits.
Yeah, because you're not going to hear a lot of the other shit that you don't hear all the time.
Right. I mean, there's be a way to keep these fucking obscure little songs alive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
But I do think I have to throw a soundtrack on there.
Okay, what is it?
And this would be 4, right?
Yes.
Yes. The Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey soundtrack. I just fucking, and there's more Megadeth on there too.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Go to hell.
Is it Go to Hell?
Go to Hell.
I was thinking it was Angry Again, but I think that's from another movie.
And I like the first soundtrack too, but the second one just had the better shit, I think.
Yeah.
It's got fucking Faith No More on there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, fucking Slaughter.
Yeah, I remember I had that album.
I forget the artist that performed it, but one of my favorite hair metal songs was Battle Stations. I'd look it up.
I know what you're talking about, but I'm trying to figure out what band it was.
Yeah, right. And it's not. I got the soundtrack on my Amazon Music, but that's one of the songs that's not available.
Really?
Yeah, it pissed me off. That was the whole reason I looked for that fucking soundtrack.
Must be some copyright shit or something, some bullshit like that.
Yeah, fucking Faith No More's on there, fucking Megadeth.
Yeah, I remember all that shit.
There's a ton of shit on there, and I just love every song.
There's some good stuff on there. There really is.
And it reminds me of the movie, too, so...
Yeah, that's true.
One of the great things about putting a soundtrack on there, you know?
Is God Gave Rock and Roll to You on there?
Was the one, yes.
Is that the one?
What was his name? God damn it, Steve Vai. He did the solo in the movie.
Yeah.
The track in the movie was different than the track on the album.
Okay.
The track on the album was just the Kiss version of the song.
Yeah.
The version of the movie is where they come out on stage and they start with that Steve Vai solo.
Oh, I had no idea that was Steve Vai.
I think the actual track is called Final Solo, and I love that version of the fucking song. That's the only version I like to listen to.
Wow. Have you ever seen Crossroads with Ralph Macchio?
Yes, I fucking love
that
movie.
And Steve Vai at the end plays the Devil's guitarist.
I worked with it at Domino's recommended that movie, and I'd never heard of it, and I fucking checked it out. That was fucking bad.
It is. It's a great movie.
I love that movie. You got that on your Voodoo, too. I've been tempted to watch it a couple of times.
It's a great movie about the kind of like the blues and stuff like that. Basically, Ralph Macchio plays a guy who's really into guitar, a kid who's really into guitar, and he meets this older black man, and he kind of sets him on. He wants to get out of his convalescent home, so Ralph Macchio steals him out because he wants to teach him about the blues and about how Robert Johnson,
the chick
sold his soul and all that stuff.
Right, and the chick from Lost Boys Tattoo.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jamie Gertz.
Yes.
Yep. I used to be so in love with her.
Right? Who the fuck wasn't?
I know, right? And anyway, at the end of the movie, they end up playing a duel with Steve. He ends up playing a duel against Steve Vai, who plays like the Devil's guitarist. Yeah, it's pretty cool the way it's all set up, and it's an interesting movie.
And I love how the old man makes him feel guilty for not practicing all the time.
Yeah, right.
It's like, what'd you pick your nose for? Practice.
Yeah. And
you're not allowed to pee.
It wasn't Ozzie Davis. I can't remember who the guy was in it, but he was really good too. So anyway, back to the top 5 albums. I'm trying to figure out.
That was 4 for me, right? That was, that was Countdown to Extinction, Anima, The Chronic.
Yep. The Chronic.
And Bill and Ted's Bogus
Journey.
I'm curious what Face the Music soundtrack is going to be like. Because if you pay attention, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was filmed in '87.
Yeah.
Bogus Journey came out in '91, and they are very indicative of the soundtracks anyway. Are very indicative of the decades that they came out in.
Yeah.
The first one, Excellent Adventure, was a very '80s soundtrack.
Yeah.
And Bogus Journey was a very '90s soundtrack. And
yep.
I'm kind of worried because I don't like music now.
Yeah.
You know, there's just not much new shit out there that
I
actually like.
I can only hope it's all rock at least, or it's all close to that. But I mean, it would be.
I don't know. Kid Cudi's in there, so they might have some hip hop.
Okay.
I don't know how that fits with the whole.
I don't mind Kid Cudi, but
I don't even know him. I mean,
I remember I heard a lot of his stuff when I worked at Hot Topic, but I don't mind him. I hope it's definitely rock based. I mean, it would almost have to be because of the characters and everything like that.
That's what it's always been about. I mean, you don't have air guitarists when it comes to hip hop.
Yeah, you're right. You're completely right on that one. I forgot about the air guitar thing.
You can do air DJ.
They've done that before. I mean, boy.
Drummed.
So we got
that leaves one album for me.
It leaves one album. Now I'm trying to think, dude, just for a second, because I wanted this to be off the top of the head, and I'm trying to think of what else. I got something from pretty much all genres. If it's the apocalypse, I don't listen to Motley Crue, as if anybody watches knows it's my favorite band of all time. I would have to throw a Motley Crue album in there, probably Shout at the Devil. It's my favorite album. Only because of the fact that if we're in an apocalypse, I'd want to have something, for the memories and for most of the Motley Crue albums I don't listen to anymore because they're so overplayed.
Oh my God.
What?
I'm remembering that video, that cameo video.
What? Word Up?
What? No. The fucking
cameo.
$400.
Oh, the Vince Neil thing. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Go have a feel good day. A feel good day.
Do all the feel good
I want to get that as a sound bite. I might have to
start signing off that way.
I might have to insert that here.
Do your feel good stuff and have fun.
Do your feel good stuff. The big 4-0. The big 4-0.
Next time is the big 4-0.
Yeah, it is actually. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we should play that at the end.
I got to get that on the soundboard just so we can play it. But yeah, it'd probably be Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil, and I definitely, because like I said, I'd have to listen to it and get those old memories back and everything. But I mean, because we're talking about only having 5 albums, so I'm definitely going to want something
that's what's
that
fucking with me here.
reminds me. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Because there's whole genres that are getting deleted here.
But you got to realize what you're going to be happy with for those, with those 5 albums. What's really going to satisfy you at least every day.
I still have a copy of The Chronic in my car. I might play that.
5th album, Fred.
5th album. That. Oh no. No. She is not. I'm not answering that. Sorry. That's my mother.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to her in months.
Oh.
Actually, years.
Okay. You sure you don't want to cut and answer it?
No, I'm sure.
Okay.
Sorry about that. That was
all right. No, that's all right.
Disturbed me briefly. 5th album.
5th album.
5th album.
5th album.
Sorry. That.
No, that's all right. I could see you in shock a little bit.
No. That was 5.
Was it?
Death Magnetic.
Oh yeah, you did say that. I forgot. Yeah, Death Magnetic. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's 5 for me.
I can't believe I don't have any thrash on mine, or speed metal or anything like that. But I mean, yeah, I think I'm going to stick with my 5. I mean, it's a bunch of genres. I mean, you got a couple of different genres. I mean, yeah, most definitely. I mean,
no country.
No country at all whatsoever. You don't like any country?
I don't discount entire genres. I really don't. But I can count the number of country songs that I enjoy on one hand with fingers left over. Okay.
Yeah. I'm into old school country, like Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson.
I don't really consider him country.
Yeah, he can go both ways. I mean, metal fans are a fan of him. Regular, just the average Joe likes Johnny Cash.
I mean, he showed up on a rock playlist.
Yeah. Yeah, and especially some of the stuff he did at the end was definitely not country, like some of the stuff he did with Rick Rubin.
Right.
I mean, it was definitely just him, singing out, but yeah, it's hard to count him. But Willie Nelson's definitely country, and he's one of my favorites. I would love to hang out with him for
I would love to hang out with
15 minutes.
I'm not super familiar with a lot of his music, though. I listen to a lot of it.
It's just I don't know. I really liked it. There's a album actually called it's Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson, and they're playing. Remember when they used to do the Storytellers on VH1, where a band would play acoustically or whatever, and they'd tell stories about it. Yep. There's if you get a chance, check out. If you get a chance, check out Johnny Cash and I think it's Storytellers, Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson together, and it's really good because they sing each other's songs and then they sing songs together and stuff like that. It's really awesome the way they did it.
I'll have to take a look.
But it's a good album. All right, so we're done with the albums. What else? I'm trying
You're
to.
You're going to go on to movies, aren't you? You're going to say 5 movies.
I am going to say 5 movies, and then I'm going to say something else. And this isn't really what you would bring with you, but what. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. But this was just something. Yeah, so, okay, 5 movies. I mean.
The movies are going to be easier for me, I think.
Are they really?
Yeah. I know 2 right off the top of my head because I anticipated this when you were saying let's start with albums.
Okay.
Empire Strikes Back, of course.
Okay.
Because I have the entire series memorized anyways.
Yeah.
Word for fucking word.
Yeah.
So I might as well throw my favorite one in there and I can just play the rest of it out in my head in between. Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home.
Yeah.
I love that fucking movie.
I know you do.
That was the comedy one, and
Yep.
there was just enough action, just enough comedy. The guys were at the top of their fucking game in that one. I fucking love that movie.
Is that the one? I always ask you that. Is that the one with the whale, or is that
the one with the whale?
Okay, yeah, I did like that one. That was one of my favorites.
They took the Klingon shit back in time to bring humpback whales in the future to save the Federation.
And now that you say it, I forgot how much comedy was actually in it. There was a lot of comedy in it. Yeah,
I mean, you got two guys in these weird outfits. You got you got Nichelle Nichols and fucking and Walter Koenig in those in the Star Trek outfits, wandering around San Francisco saying, "Where are the nuclear vessels?
Yes.
Where do you keep the nuclear vessels?"
I might have to go back and watch that. I don't know if I don't have it on Vudu. Maybe I can find it somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, now that I think of it, yeah, that and probably part 2, Wrath of Khan are my 2 favorites. And I'm not even a Star Trek fan, but I mean, I will see a movie for, just it being a good movie if that's the case. And I do like those.
I'm going to throw the first Avengers movie on there too.
Which one was the first one? The first one was the one with the robots and shit coming at him, right?
Loki and
yeah, okay. I was trying to
And the reason I'm going to put that on there above everything else on the in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is because that's the only movie that can be playing on my TV and it just never stops. If it's playing on my TV, it's going to play to the end.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't seen it in so long.
I remember seeing that. I remember going to see that in the theater in 2012 when it came out, because Beer Barrel was right there by the theater.
Yeah.
My wife works there, and I went to go wait for her to get off work, so I could just walk over and watch the fucking movie.
Yeah.
I had a few drinks. I had a big fucking steak. That was a good fucking day.
Any day you get to go see one of your good favorite movies and get a steak, I'm all for that.
And then I got to see the movie I'd been waiting for since I was a child. You know?
As a child. Okay, so how many is that? That's 2?
That's
3?
3. That's
3?
Avengers, Star Wars, and Star Trek 4.
Okay, well, definitely, most definitely, I know you're not a fan of it, but The Godfather's on my list because much like you in Star Trek, I can recite that movie from, heart. Right. It's always been, it's got a sentimental place in my heart because my mom introduced me to it when I was kind of young, and she thought I could handle it and everything, and I could, and so I've been obsessed with it. But the first Godfather would be probably number 1 on my list, because I can watch it over and over, plus it's like 3 hours long, and it would take up a lot of time, so.
Yes, it would.
If I had my choice.
Those movies are like the Lord of the Rings movies. You can't just watch them on a whim. They're especially with the Lord of the Rings extended editions.
Yeah.
They're events you have to plan for.
Yeah. And if I had my choice, I actually would, and you can't get it anymore, but the apocalypse isn't happening either, so I guess I could dream. There's a Coppola. What is it? It's a Coppola. I forget what they call it. I think they call it The Godfather Whole Story or something. And what they did was they went back and Coppola put 1 and 2 together as one whole movie.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you know much about The Godfather, but the number one is about Michael taking over, which is Al Pacino's character basically, and about Marlon Brando and all that stuff. Number 2 starts with, it's 2 stories. It's about Michael running the business, and it also flashbacks to when Marlon Brando's character was young and he first started becoming a gangster and a mafia guy.
And that was Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so what they did was they cut everything, and they made the Robert De Niro stuff all at the beginning, so it looked like that's what was happening.
They put it together in a linear story.
Yeah, it was like a whole, and it was like 7-8 hours or whatever. But because there was all kinds of extra shit in it too. But you can't find it anymore. The only place I've seen it is VHS, like on eBay for like $1,000 or some shit. I don't know why he's never released it. I don't get it because it's the best way.
YouTube cut of that, because there's a ton of they'll take Star Wars movies and just cut them together on YouTube. Like they took the entire prequel trilogy and cut it together without Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, did they really?
I'm sorry, they did that with the Phantom Menace, and then they did one that was just the Rise and Fall of Anakin Skywalker. It cut out a bunch of shit.
Really?
It was like 2.5 hours long, and it was a way better fucking movie than all the prequels combined.
Is this on YouTube? Is this like a fan made thing?
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
Wow.
If you look, you're probably not going to find the same one I saw. Everybody wants to do this.
I want to see the original. What was the one cut? That might be the one I'm thinking of, because it was Phantom Menace. But yeah, there was a cut that I saw on YouTube or somewhere that was, it was totally different, or they had rearranged everything, taken a bunch of shit out, added some stuff from stills and stuff like that, and they did a lot of that stuff. I'm interested in watching one of those, but I just don't know if I have the time. I've got other shit that I want to watch, but I do want to watch it at some point.
and you've seen them all. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
there's nothing in there that you haven't actually seen.
Yeah, true.
It's just cut together differently.
Very true.
And it's easier to get through.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah. So movies.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that last one because I got what I was like fucking.
You got Star Trek, Voyage Home,
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. I think that's it, isn't it?
Was it? No, there was another one.
I've only done one so far, Godfather.
I thought there was another one in there.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Right?
I don't think there was. I think you just did those two.
Was it just two?
I think. Let's roll back the tape, Bob. We need an intern right there. We keep saying that, but it's...
And nobody's volunteering.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to have to get shotguns and go fucking make somebody come be our...
Pee-wee's Big Adventure is one of mine.
I can see that.
Because, I mean, who doesn't want to be happy and have fun and when you're in the apocalypse, you got to have something to bring it off. Right. But yeah, Pee-wee's Big Adventure would be another one of mine.
It's hard to pick a Tim Burton movie, though.
It is. It is.
I mean, I would probably pick Batman if I wanted to, but again, that's one of those movies that I've got memorized from start to fucking finish, and I don't need to watch it. Mm-hmm. That's why I didn't put Return of the Jedi on there, even though that's my preferred Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I prefer watching Return of the Jedi because it wraps up the original trilogy nicely.
Oh, yeah.
But I fall asleep during that movie. That's the only movie in existence
really?
that I fall asleep during, yes.
Seriously?
And it's because I haven't... There's two reasons. Number one, it's because I haven't memorized from start to finish. And number two, I used to have the special edition soundtrack.
Okay.
It was a 2-disc soundtrack. I still have it. It's in my car. 2-disc soundtrack. And I know that I fall asleep about 15 minutes into the movie because I haven't memorized. And then I wake up at exactly the halfway point of the movie because of that soundtrack. I used to go to sleep to that soundtrack. And the first disc would end, and I'd have to get up and change the fucking disc. Yeah. That's where I would wake up. So that's where I wake up now in the movie.
Exactly. You're used to the soundtrack of it. And
the fucking first disc.
That's funny. That's pretty funny.
So that's the reason I didn't pick that for my list. I'm trying to think of something else. I mean, I thought the movies would be easier, but there's just so goddamn many.
Yeah, there is. I mean, you got to really break down to what. Let's see what I got. I got Godfather and Pee-wee. The Dark Knight. I know it's recent. I know it sounds like I'm sucking up, but yeah, the Heath Ledger's performance still is the most outstanding performance. I know you're a big fan of Joaquin. I know that.
I like what he did with the character. I wouldn't say that he's my favorite Joker, though.
Yeah, he's definitely my favorite Joker. He's right behind. Cesar Romero was one of my favorite Jokers. As campy as it was.
Pure clown.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And I mean, I still crack up about the fact that he would not shave his mustache.
I was about to say that.
That was so funny.
Paint over it.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh
God. But yeah, so that
so
one.
Many fucking movies though. There's so many fucking movies.
I'm gonna have to say, next on my list would be, and this is top of my head, but man, I'm trying to choose between these two. 16 Candles or Breakfast Club. I'm going to say 16 Candles only because it's more comedy centric as opposed to Breakfast Club, which is comedy, but it's also...
If I was asked to choose between those two, I'd probably go the opposite direction.
Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
Breakfast Club's a classic. It's great. I mean, it's awesome.
I used to watch that and then rewind the tape and then watch it again and then rewind the tape and...
Yeah, but that
I wasn't a kid then either. I was an adult when I was doing that.
But that I don't know. I think if I'm living in the apocalypse, I'm going to need a lot more comedy. Plus, I love Anthony Michael Hall in 16 Candles. His character, the geek, is so fucking great. I mean, he's just wow. Anyway, by the way, what was funny was I don't know if you've ever heard of the Goldbergs.
Yes.
But I watch the Goldbergs religiously. It's probably my favorite TV show now.
I haven't watched it, but I'm curious about it. It's one of those things where it's on my radar and I do have interest, but I don't have time.
Yeah. No, I understand. But the last episode, the episode before the last episode, they just had Anthony Michael Hall was on it, and he played like the cool counselor guy. He wore a leather jacket and everything, and the main character, Adam, was trying to get advice from him on how to be cool and everything, and I thought it was kind of cool. He goes, you know what I used to be like when I was a kid, Adam? He goes, here you go, and he shows him a picture, and it's a picture of him from 16 Candles, which I thought was kind of fucking cool. I mean, I love inside shit like that. But and then last week Tommy Lee was on it playing a counselor or something, or a teacher or something. It's pretty freaky.
I keep wanting to look at my phone for movies.
I got 3 on top of you so far, so I'm trying to
thrown 2 out there.
Godfather, Dark Knight, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I'm trying to, I want to put Star Wars in there, but it's don't know.
One though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Empire would probably be one of my top choices. Like, I mean, it's just about everybody who's a true Star Wars fan top choice.
Well, if we're gonna be hanging out after the apocalypse, pick a different one, because that's what I.
Yeah, that's true too. I don't know if I'd probably I'd probably do Star Wars New Hope.
Yeah.
I loved Empire Strikes Back, but
without it we wouldn't have anything.
Yeah, exactly. And that's probably what I would pick. I mean, it's well put together, and of course it's got comedy in it, it's got adventure in it, it's got action. It's probably one of the greatest, adventure movies ever made. Nobody even really considers it that because it's sci-fi, but I agree. But yeah, it's in the same tone as Indiana Jones. It's just sci-fi.
I was just about to say Raiders of the Lost Ark is going to be my third one right there.
What really?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I haven't watched it in so many fucking years.
I haven't either. It's been a long time.
Voodoo. You have all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, all 4, because Crystal Skull can go fuck itself.
Yeah, that was not great. That was
the one that deviated from the formula, the Indiana Jones formula, and nobody fucking liked it, and it just didn't work.
Yeah. Now I'm hearing they're making a 5.
Yes, they are.
Is it with Harrison Ford?
Yes, it is.
How the fuck?
Well, he actually...
That man is a machine, literally.
He looked way more vibrant in The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Than he did in Indiana Jones 4.
You're right.
It was several years before. He looked old.
Yeah.
In Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
He looked younger. I don't know how that works in The Force Awakens.
I don't know.
It's like the character of Han Solo reinvigorated him.
Yeah. It could be. I mean,
it was the same with Patrick Stewart and Picard.
Yeah.
I mentioned that. The character, going back to the character of, maybe he was just getting out of the wheelchair.
That could be too.
Maybe it was just
he was just tired of being Dr. X,
in a wheelchair,
Professor X,
he
whatever.
He gets to walk around now, so
that could be it. He was in the wheelchair in what, Logan, and
he was in the wheelchair
Professor X, and X-Men. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He only stood up for the first time in the 3rd X-Men movie, and that was in the very beginning, and he had to sit right the fuck back down.
Yeah.
For the rest of the fucking movie. But X2.
X2, really?
Yes, X2.
Out of all the other comic book movies that have come out, X2? X2's great.
My favorite comic book movie.
Is X2 with Nightcrawler?
That was the one with
that was one of my favorite ones too, because I really like that character, and I really like
most of the X-Men movies are fun. Most of them.
Yeah.
3, I don't know.
I liked take it or leave it.
I liked Kelsey Grammer's Beast.
I did too, and I like the addition of some new characters like Angel and stuff like that. But
then they fucked it all up by calling a different character Angel in First Class that took place in the 60s.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, which one's Angel?
Yeah, that actually was a pretty goddamn good movie. But 3.
I picked X2 over all the rest of them because that was still continuing on with the movie continuity, and the movie continuity is way different from the comic book continuity. Mm-hmm. As time went on, the movies started to disregard their own continuity.
Yeah.
That was the last one that didn't do that.
Okay.
You had the first X-Men movie, which the first X-Men movie kind of really felt like it was just an hour and a half, 2 hour long trailer.
Yeah, it did.
For X2.
Yeah.
It was like, here's what we can do. This one's what you're going to want, though.
Just imagine if that would have flopped. Where would we be now?
We wouldn't have shit.
I mean, really, because, it started it all.
And we wouldn't have a goddamn thing now.
That's what made comic book movies, be taken seriously at that point.
Blade kind of started it. I don't think X-Men would have gotten made without Blade or my 5th movie on this.
Okay, what's your 5th movie?
The Matrix.
Oh, okay. God, I haven't seen that in ages.
I don't need to see that one. I want it there as a reminder.
Yeah. No Bill and Ted?
I already have the soundtrack.
Okay, that's right. I'm going to say my 5th one would probably be, I just thought of one. I know I'm going a lot with comedies, but a movie that I can watch over and over again, even if it's on TV, whatever, is The Blues Brothers. It's one of my favorites of all time. I still love it. It's a great movie.
Until now, every car I've ever owned, I thought was going to end up like that. Just one day I'll pull into work and all the panels will fall off.
Yeah, exactly. But man, it's tough. I picked a lot of comedies man, I could fit Vacation in there too. I mean, that's another one that I can watch over and over and over.
I occasionally get the theme song stuck in my head. That fucking Buckingham, fucking yeah.
Did you ever see the remake?
I wasn't a fan.
You didn't like it, dude? I thought it was so funny.
I thought it was a little too mean-spirited.
Oh, really?
I thought it was it tried to tell the same jokes, but in a more mean-spirited way.
Really? You think so? Oh God, I love it. I think it's fucking hysterical.
And then again, the original one had them dragging that fucking dog down the highway. So.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah,
It kind of lost me in that moment that mirrored the scene from the first one when the hot guy pulls up in the car box beside him. And he's just silently flirting while the family sleeps, you know?
Yeah.
Except in this one, she gets fucking murdered by a semi.
But that was great. It was unexpected. That was the whole point. It was so unexpected.
It was just, I don't know. The humor just felt off to me. It's like they were trying to tell the same jokes into a funhouse mirror. You know? They were filtering it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying about that. But I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
It was, to me, it was the difference between the original Star Trek movies or the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies. You know, it was Vacation in name only.
See, and that's the thing is, I watched the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie. How many did he make? 3 or 2?
He made 3.
He made 3. I didn't see the third one.
He didn't make the third one.
Okay, and I didn't see that one.
Within the same continuity. And
what was that called?
That was the better of the 3. I forget what it was called. It was Beyond was the second one.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
I saw the first 2, and I actually liked the first one, but maybe that's because I'm not a true Star Trek fan.
I enjoyed the first one for what it was worth, too.
Yeah.
It had just the right amount of humor, just the right amount of action.
And I thought Chris Pine did an excellent job.
And you know what? I heard just recently, the news has been out there for a while, but I just heard it. They scrapped the idea for the 4th J.J. Abrams verse Star Trek movie because, and I quote, it was too Trekky.
Okay. Shouldn't that be what it is? Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. That's what I've been saying about the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies all along, is that they are Star Trek for the Star Wars fans.
Yeah. You're right. And that's probably why I liked it. I admit I did like it.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
I was saying that before he got attached to The Force Awakens.
And see, I really like Zachary Quinto too.
Oh, I do too.
I mean, I think that was the thing.
Amazing.
They got a good cast, a really good cast. The guy who plays
Anton Yelchin was awesome.
Oh God, I love him. Isn't he the one that was in? No. I'm thinking of the other guy, the guy that played Bones. He's the one that's in Dredd, right?
Carl Urban, yes.
Yeah, I love him, man. I see him more and more in like action shit and stuff like that, and just stuff that I didn't imagine him being in. And I'm like, this guy's really talented. He really good.
And if you haven't seen The Boys,
yeah,
Amazon Prime series, he was fucking amazing in that movie or in that show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was.
We're gonna do top 5 TV shows, or do we have time? Because we got like 10 minutes left.
We can do top 5 TV shows, or we can do. I got a couple of other ones. We can continue and do these, at another time. But
we can.
One of the things that I wanted to point out too. I don't know if I know you have Amazon Prime, but have you been interested at all in Hunters? Have you seen?
Not familiar.
It's a movie about. Man, it's hard to explain. Al Pacino's in it, and it's not a movie, it's a series. It's like an 8-part series.
Okay.
And it's basically Jews hunting down Nazis that are living in America. It takes place in a kind of a parallel universe where there's all these Nazis in America, and they're hidden, but they're coming up with a big plan to, do what they did before. And it's about Al Pacino and this hodgepodge of people that's almost like a superhero thing, a superhero cast, and they go and kill these Nazis.
I have to admit to some interest.
It looks like when I first saw it, I thought, well, maybe this is like a superhero comic book type thing, but told in the stories from the point of Jewish people or whatever. It's kind of like that. It's more of a Mod Squad or a Fast and the Furious thing because nobody has superpowers, but each have their own individual characteristics. Okay. Like the one woman, the black woman has a big afro and she's all 70s and looking in the pants skirts and stuff like that. And then there's another guy who's like just a crazy motherfucker who
gotta have that guy.
Yeah. And then there's a Chinese guy that's kind of like he's like a tech expert and stuff like that. But here's the thing. Here's what bothered me. I started watching it and I found it kind of hard to get into.
Really?
I thought it was going to be more. Let me put it this way. Well, you haven't seen Glorious Bastards yet, have you?
No.
let me put it this way. It's a lot like Inglourious Bastards, where it's a bunch of Jewish guys hunting down Nazis. And I thought that was really intriguing. But you know what? I got to about the third episode, and stuff kind of went wild. It doesn't know if it wants to be Inglourious Bastards, a comic book movie, because I actually had to look it up to see if it was a comic book originally, because it sounded like one, and the way they portrayed it sounded like one. But then, like, the third episode, there's a dance number out of fucking nowhere. That's so fucking weird. And I was like, what is this?
Don't you love a movie?
And then I want to make sure I get this right, because I don't want to offend anybody, but it offended me. Sorry. There's one, like they'll have like the regular shit, and then they'll have separate people tell their stories in the movie. So like, there's this stuff, and they're talking about hunting Nazis, and then they all of a sudden go to like it looks like a PSA, and it's one of the characters, and it's this little black girl, and he goes, "You may wonder how to spot a Nazi." So he starts talking about it, and then she goes, he says like something like, they might be in hiding, blah, blah, blah. And then every answer that she gives after his is, if they're white. If they're white.
Okay.
So basically, if you're white, you're a Nazi. That's, I literally, I'm done. I was out at that minute. After that, and after seeing the musical number, I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this show? And yeah, I was out. So, I mean, I don't know. It's up to you, man. It's kind of well put together, but man, I
don't know. Like I said, I admit to some curiosity now.
The first episode, if you can get through the first episode, then you can probably get through the rest of the series, because the first episode takes a long time to get to where it's going.
And I will check out Inglourious Bastards at some point.
Oh my God, you've got to.
Of myself
you should be. You should be absolutely ashamed.
That's the only Tarantino movie I haven't seen.
We simply aren't operating on the level of mutual respect, I assume.
No, I guess not.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's because I never knew that it was Tarantino. I didn't know.
I wasn't
paying enough attention to it.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
It's not the type of thing that I would normally go out of my way to see. You know?
And Christoph Waltz, I mean, and I've always said it, the first 10 minutes, probably 15 minutes of the movie is one of the most, and it's just talking, but it is one of the most intense, like, hair-raising things, because he's confronting this guys about Jews that he may be hiding, and it's this, and just the way that Christoph Waltz performs, and the way he's one of those guys where, I don't know if you ever saw, and you need to see if you haven't, did you ever see The Green Room?
No.
You never saw The Green Room?
No.
Dude, and you're a huge what's-his-name fan.
Behind the Green Door, but
that's totally different. That's ages ago. Yes. What's his name's in it? God bless it. Picard.
Patrick Stewart.
I couldn't think of his name for a minute. He's in it, and he plays a super scary, creepy Nazi.
Is he in a wheelchair?
A skinhead. No. It's basically the story. It all takes place in one place.
His buddy Magneto did that one from a long time ago. What was that movie called?
Oh yeah,
Apt Pupil.
Yeah, Apt Pupil. That was the Stephen King novel, or not novel. I think it was like a short story or whatever. Yep. And that's what the other kid that died. He ended up like, didn't he kill himself, or did he die in a car wreck?
Who was it?
The kid that was in the movie with him, and he was becoming a big star there for a while. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, I don't remember.
If anybody knows, leave it in the comment section.
I just find it fascinating that both Professor X and Magneto have played Nazis.
But this is a recent movie. It's probably about 2-3 years old. Okay. And basically, this independent band, gets set up to go to a gig, and when they get to the gig, they don't realize it, but it's a Nazi house. It's like a Nazi clubhouse. And Patrick Stewart plays the head guy, and I mean, he is evil, scary.
He has some range.
Yeah,
he has some versatility. One of my favorite movies that I saw him in, I forget the title. He was convinced that the CIA was out to get him, and his entire house was like set up with listening devices and traps.
Really?
And shit, and yeah.
I might have to check that out.
I forget what it was called though, and his daughter thought he was fucking paranoid and going off the fucking deep end. But in the end, it turns out it was all fucking true, and it was a really good fucking movie. I forget what it's fucking called. If anybody out there remembers the name of that movie, please.
We could look it up, but I want
to watch it again.
Yeah, that actually sounds very interesting. Now that, and I'm getting ready to watch that movie that you told me about. I was going to watch it a couple nights ago, but like I said, I was trying to catch up on my Voodoo.
I've told you about a lot of
and
movies.
that was the one that you told me about last week, Evil Genius, or not Evil Genius,
Sexy
Evil Genius.
Yes.
Yeah, you sent that to me in the thing, and I was pretty intrigued, so I do definitely want to watch that.
It's a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Is it on Prime? You told me?
It's on Prime.
Yeah, it's on Prime.
Yeah,
okay.
It's on one of the streaming services. I know I ran across it by accident on Netflix once, but I don't think it's there anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They must have taken it off.
Yeah, they do that.
God, I'm extra thirsty today. All right, I got some other top fives, but we won't do them right now. We'll save them for next week.
It's fucking hilarious, too, because when I thought of the concept of a top 5 TV show list, it just, all of them popped into my head at once. So
really?
I'll save it.
Okay.
I'll save it.
All right, well, we'll save it then. Anything else besides coronavirus?
Well, I wanted to do the whole this week on social media thing, but we can't get the picture situation fixed with the thing, and it would take me too long to go looking for these images right now.
Yeah, it seems like every time, and I'm sure a lot of other people have these problems, every time we get something going right, then something different happens.
Yeah.
I've learned so much about what not to do and what to do.
If I ever meet Murphy, I'm going to beat his ass. For that fucking law.
Who was Murphy? Was it just like some Jeff Murphy or? I have no clue either.
Plain ass fucking name like Jeff, wouldn't he? Anyway.
All right. Well, I'm going to give real quick because I did have some stuff written down here and I kind of want to get rid of it. Not get rid of it, but I'm going to suggest just 2 movies, I think, here from what I have.
Okay. I make no promises, but it could possibly happen.
Well, I'm suggesting it for everybody else, too.
Okay.
Because one of the movies, I don't know if you have any interest in at all, except for the fact that Margot Robbie's in it.
That alone.
Okay, I did that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I just check and make sure I had everything. So I watched a lot of interesting movies checking out my stuff. I watched Queen and Slim last night, which is a really good movie. There's so many movies out there. But, dude, it just pisses me off when they say, and I'm going to get crazy here for a minute, there's so many movies out there for African Americans, minority people, that they're not paying attention to because they're too busy paying attention to all the blockbusters that say, hey, this is putting down blah, blah, blah. This Queen and Slim movie is great. Yeah. It's 2 people, and they have an accident with a cop, or they have to defend themselves, and then they go on the run.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for this.
It's good. It is really good.
Yeah.
The 2 people that act in it, I don't know either one of their names. I think the one guy might have been in, was he the guy in Get Out? I don't know if he was or not. But, yeah, that one was really good. The other one, that was the thing, too. Jordan Peele had a part in that Hunters movie, and I don't quite understand why it wasn't better, because he's usually pretty good, or the Hunters TV show. And then the other one I watched, which is... and this will astound you or astound somebody, is Bombshell, which is...
I saw that you watched that.
Okay.
I saw the trailer for that and had less than an interest.
Yeah. What happened here is...
My wife calls it the Fox News movie.
Yeah, but see, if you don't like Fox News, then you're going to like it.
I don't like any news.
You're going to like it if you don't like Fox News or any of that. Because it's not about... it takes place in Fox News,
okay,
but it's basically about Roger Ailes, who used to run Fox News, and how he got booted out for sexually harassing women and shit all the time.
Okay.
And Margot Robbie's great in it. Nicole Kidman. Listen to these people in it. Margot Robbie, Nicole Kidman, John Lithgow plays Roger Ailes.
I saw the trailer. Is he wearing fat makeup?
Yeah, oh yeah, he is, definitely.
Because otherwise he has let himself go.
No, because Roger Ailes was a pig. He was that big, and he was just a pig.
Okay.
But with all this star power and the direction and everything, it reminded me, and I'm going to go on record saying this, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I'm going to go on record as saying this, All the President's Men is one of my favorite political kind of movies, with Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford, where they were the ones that broke the Watergate case, basically.
Oh, right.
That's one of my favorite, because it's just investigating, but it's like intense. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what this one is like. It really is an intense movie. You're like paying attention, and the thing is I really think that the opposite happened here. Instead of the SJWs pushing it down, because Margot Robbie's getting all this flack about Birds of Prey, and she's not getting anything about this movie or even attention. This movie basically, I think, released on video, and it was supposed to have a big... And I'm telling you, I think Fox News pushed it down. I think media-wise, they had to have. Well, because if you saw this movie, it was a great movie.
There's a lot of money out there.
Yeah. But I do. It does not put Fox News in a good light at all.
Push that money in the right direction, you can make anything happen.
Yeah. But like I said, I mean, the acting in it is top notch. I mean, you're talking about big name actors like that. There was a couple others that were pretty big name in it too. But yeah, it's a really good, just kind of like a thriller. I guess you could call it a thriller or an investigation movie or whatever. But yeah, if you like All the President's Men and that kind of stuff, that political,
Again,
investigative stuff, it's good.
But I don't know. If I'm bored and stoned.
No, I'm not saying you have to watch it. I'm just suggesting it to everybody else out there. Maybe they'll want to watch it. I don't know.
Sometimes I do pop on something that I wouldn't normally sit and watch.
I think it needs to get more credit than what it was worth, and I honestly do think that the reason it didn't get credit is I think that Fox had something to do with pushing it under the rug.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, because I don't even remember getting a theater release. Yeah, exactly.
And I remember seeing the trailer for this a long, long time ago, too.
Yeah, I do, too. And I was interested. That's why I pre-ordered it.
It didn't grab me then, and I forgot that it existed until I saw it listed on your thing. I'm like, oh, my God, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. No, it's not, I wouldn't say, if you're a Fox fan, it's for you. But if you're not a Fox fan, if you hate politics and whatever, it's still for you because it's a good movie. And if you hate Fox, then you're going to love it because, they get totally screwed in it.
And like I said, I hate all news.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I only pay attention to certain types of shit, but
unbiased news anymore.
No, there's not. No, you're not going to get it anywhere. No. I mean, most of the people that are unbiased have gone to YouTube. Like there's a guy named Tim Pool. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he's very unbiased. He does a lot of political stuff, and it's pretty cool. He's talking about the coronavirus and stuff now, but anyway, I guess we're gonna have to we need to take stock in limes with this coronavirus.
Right.
But yeah, so anyway, I think that's where we at now. Yeah, that's about it. It's about time. So
about the hour mark. And I gotta hit Walmart. I gotta go look for a game. Yeah, that model's going to come along very, very slowly.
Are you still working on that, or
I haven't even started working on that.
Oh, really?
I finally got the decals, and they're so intricate.
Oh, really?
It completely replaces the majority of the paint job. What I need to get is an extremely light gray as a base coat, and then lay all these over top. And I tried signing up. I tried joining a plastic modelers group on Facebook because I have a question about this.
Yeah.
That I don't know the answer to, and I can't figure it out. Because these decals, I thought they were supposed to lay on a flat surface, right? But there's decals that lay over top of the clear pieces that are on here, like the two little back parts of the saucer section have like the impulse engines have like a red light illusion to them.
Yeah.
But the pieces are clear, and it's got decals that fit over top of those. But the top of these clear pieces are grooved.
Wow.
And I'm not sure how to do that.
Is this a model that you have to put together with glue?
Yes.
See, I've never been able to do those. Snap together, I was fine when I was a kid.
There's very few pieces. There's very few pieces, so it shouldn't be too difficult to put it together. The difficult part's going to be in doing the fucking decals, because you got to cut out each individual fucking decal. The good thing about it is I can see by looking at the decal where it fits on the shelf.
Yeah.
Usually, yes.
Yeah.
But you still have to cut out each individual piece, and you got to soak it in water until the fucking decal slides, and you got to lay it just perfect, and then slide the paper out from under it, and then you have seconds to push that decal.
I'm so glad that you have the patience for that, because it would drive me nuts. I know I do little projects around the house like that.
You suffer from anxiety too, right?
Yeah, that's why it just. And I'm a perfectionist.
My brain.
I'm unfortunately a perfectionist, so I don't get anything perfect half the time, but I'm a perfectionist where, if I get, there's times when I'll just get really aggravated when I'm trying to do something little or whatever, and you know me, I decorate my house. I just got done putting a...
Right, and I got decorations too, it looks awesome.
I gotta bring a picture because my bathroom now is redone, and it's pretty much Funko Pop heaven. I found these little things.
I have a few.
What?
I have a few. I never understood the appeal.
Well,
I do have a few of them.
I didn't understand the appeal at first, but now that they've come out with more that are really cool, like my entire bathroom is now music Funko Pop. And they have these things, these little plastic like shelves that you put headphones on, you stick them to the wall, and then people are like DJs and stuff are supposed to put headphones on them, hang them. I figured out, what the fuck? They match perfectly for Funko Pop. I can just make a little shelf for my Funko Pops.
Nice.
So, my whole bathroom now is almost all Funko Pop.
There was only two that I wanted to get. And I forgot about them entirely. They had them at Books A Million, the Tom Servo and Crow T. Robot.
Do they have those, really?
They do.
I did not know they had those.
I found Tom and Crow in Books A Million right over here at the fucking mall. I couldn't afford them at the time, so I just I stuck them way in the fucking back.
Yeah.
I put all the other Funkos right in front of them. I even put them in a different section because they have them organized. I put these in the Marvel ones. In the back. And I'd check on them every now and then. They'd still be there. They might still be there now. If they are, I might, because I got my tax refund.
Are they together or they're...
It's separate.
Excuse
so
me.
I had to hide two separate fucking things.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if they were together or not. Nope. But my favorite one is the favorite one that I've gotten. My daughter got me for just out of the. She knew I wanted it, which is Marsha Brady. I'm sorry, Jan Brady and George Glass. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
It comes in a box, like a wide box, and in here is Jan Brady, and then there's an empty space. There's like an empty space.
Okay.
Where a Funko Pop would be. You can see the indentation and stuff. And that's her boyfriend, George Glass. And my kids...
Okay, I remember that now.
My kids were like, what? This one's missing. Somebody stole this one out here. And I go, no, that's the joke. Her boyfriend was imaginary. And he was named George Glass just because she looked at the table and said, his name's George Glass. And saw, Glass or whatever. I said, that's sheer genius. That's hilarious. So you have to keep it in the box because, you know me, I take my shit on the box and decorate my house with it. But you got to keep it in the box.
It reminds me of the fake Star Wars figures that I saw. It said Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, and it was just ash.
Yeah, I remember that. That was yep. It was like ashes in a little thing. Yep, that was hilarious. I do remember that one.
I'd buy that too. I'd buy it
I would too. I would too.
Hanging on the fucking wall.
All right. Well, I think we're done for today. We'll get to some more top fives next week because I have a couple of them.
Figure out what I wanted to. So.
But we did good with that, and it was pretty cool.
Did. And like I said, those 5 TV shows popped into my head immediately.
Oh, did they really?
Yes.
Okay, then we'll have to definitely do that one. I've got 5 TV shows, and then also on there, and I'll give you a little time to think about this. I don't know if I'll think about it. It's 5 best concerts you've ever attended.
I've only been to 2 concerts.
You've only been to 2 concerts?
So I can't do that one.
Jesus Christ, dude. Which 2?
Not a huge concert guy. I did Rush and Lollapalooza, both in 97.
Well, Lollapalooza is huge, though, dude.
Yeah.
You went to Lollapalooza, really?
Dude, I was on 6 tabs of acid that day.
Oh, my God. You're ridiculous.
I'm surprised I made it back.
Oh, my God.
I tell this story to people, and they just sit riveted because it was a fucking all-day event. It started at fucking noon, didn't end until 11 p.m.
Wow. Are you going to see Tool?
I'd like to. The wife keeps pushing me.
Yeah,
so maybe.
Okay, and they're in Toledo, yeah. I saw a couple of other concerts that I was interested in,
right?
but...
That's May 4th, right? I think so.
Something like that, yeah.
We looked at ticket prices are fucking ridiculous. So it's like $95 for the nosebleeds. Like $95, $150 if you want to sit closer.
Yeah, of course. Well, all right. We will see you guys next week. This has been The Culture of Pop. We hope you enjoyed us. Please like, comment, and subscribe as usual. Especially comment, even if it's just to say hey. It takes 2 seconds to comment.
We hate you.
Gosh, guys.
If you hate us, tell us.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, shout at the devil, do the feel good stuff, and have fun.
Do feel good stuff. That will be on here next week. I swear to God, that will be on the soundboard, and I will use it as much as possible.
Just every now and then, it just pops in my head.
Have a feel good day. All right, so that's the end of this show. Like I said, join us every week. Usually the episodes are up on Tuesday night. And
there will be a break, though. There will be a delay.
Yeah, there will be a break
episode because I'm not going to be in town.
Because he's not going to be here. So we'll either have a break or I have a little something that I'm working on, kind of a little mini doc. That I might put up there, but I mean, it won't be related to this show. It'll be, something else. But so you might see something. It just depends on how, if I get that itch in my finger that I want to do it and pull it. Nice. But anyhow, so everybody have a good week. We will see you in some shape or form next week if I can get something up. If not, we'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And we will continue with top 5s and other kinds of things. If you guys have any suggestions or want us to talk about anything, just comment. Come on, guys, just comment. Man, just once.
Interact, man.
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't like the old days when you'd watch Cheers and then it was just over.
Right.
Now you can proverbially...
Now you can actually communicate.
Anyway, talk to Ted Danson.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Which one said Danson, you or me? I'm not tall enough.
I don't know. My wife, with enough strawberry bird dog in me, my wife would say I'm fucking Kirstie Alley.
Oh my God. All right. We'll see you guys next week or the week after or whatever, but we will definitely see you. Keep watching the show. Like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you guys. And that is all for today.
Have fun.